here as a solicitor, Mr. Maine. I want to know if you authorised the sending of that letter personally.
No.
But it came from this office.
So do about 200 letters a day, and what's this one got to do with you, anyway?
I should have thought that was obvious. This letter is a plain, indeed a flagrant example of touting for business. I have every intention of reporting you to the Law Society.
You do that. They give you about 10 seconds and a reprimand for wasting their time. I don't tout for business, Fisher. I don't have to.
Then how do you explain this letter? To my client, Mrs. Adamson.
Ask Mr. Bulmer to come in, will you, please?
Go on, tell me, how?
By keeping my temper with people who charge into my office without a proper appointment, by looking at the signature and getting the facts first. I presume you want an explanation, not just a chance to lash out with some garble of accusations. Mr. Bulmer, this is Mr. Fisher. It says solicitor on his card. Would you please explain to him why you wrote that letter to a Mrs. Adamson?
We were asked to contact her by the union.
Which union?
Her union, the Light Engineering and Allied Technicians. The area office rang me, said she'd suffered an accident at work and would we handle it in the normal way.
They didn't mention that I was already handling it, that the papers had come to me from the union 3 weeks ago, that we'd already reached the stage of formulating a claim.
Thank you, Sidney.
Well?
A mistake on the part of the union. 2 reports on the same accident.
Naturally, you're bound to say that.
They're the facts. And this firm's got better things to do than chase ambulances after fortnightly compensation cases.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
You better not. We've been acting for this particular union for 4.5 years.
I'm perfectly aware of that.
Efficiently. We've handled well over 800 cases for them. So, do you want to apologise now?
Certainly not. You may do a lot of work for the union, Mr. Maine. But don't think that entitles you to a complete monopoly, because that's what you're trying to achieve. As soon as you heard that this Adamson case had been referred to my firm, you felt perfectly at liberty to barge in and grab her as your client. There's been no mistake, Mr. Maine. Mrs. Adamson is my client, not yours. You've no right whatsoever to send that letter.
Get me the Liat area office.
You don't think I came here without checking with the unit first?
I want you to check it again with me here.
Mr. Whittaker, please.
Whittaker?
He's the new area organizer. Oh, good morning, Mr. Whittaker. Fisher here. I'm speaking from the office of a Mr. David Maine, the solicitor. Now, it's about this Adamson case. Yes, that's right. Now, Mr. Maine seems to think that... Maine. M-A-I-N. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. He says he's never heard of you.
Any more than I've heard of him, which still doesn't give you the right to come in here accusing us of touting.
I think it does. But I'll let the Law Society decide. Good day, Mr. Maine.
Get me the Liat office again. Mr. Whittaker.
Thank you very much.
Good day, Mr. Fisher.
Good day.
Mr. Whittaker, David Maine here. I think it's about time you and I met. Yes, it is. Very important.
I see. Well, no, I'm afraid I can't make it today. I've got a very important meeting on. How about tomorrow? All right. Goodbye.
Does anyone have anything further to say? In that case, as Managing Director of Ripplewades, may I express my thanks to all of you. Members of the Strike Committee, the union representative, my own managerial staff, for the cooperation you've all shown in bringing this dispute to a peaceful conclusion. I'm sure you'll all agree that it's an example of what can be done once the essential basis of goodwill has been achieved. I now declare this meeting closed. Look after that for me, Mrs. Harrison, will you please?
I want to talk to Jory on another matter. You carry on, Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Jory?
Got time to join us for a drink, Whittaker?
No, I don't think so. I've got to be in Hale in half an hour.
What's the trouble there?
Well, same as everywhere.
What's that?
Breakdown in communications. One man saying one thing, another fellow thinking he hears something entirely different. It's what industrial trouble's really all about these days.
You're the first union organizer I've ever heard admit it.
Oh, that's because I know you won't quote me.
Would it embarrass you before your more class-conscious colleagues if I did?
Oh, more important, it'd spoil the fun of the game. I mean, we've all got our images to keep up, haven't we?
Thank you, Miss Harrison. Game? Aren't industrial relations just a bit more than a game?
Well, you know, sometimes I wonder. I mean, in our granddad's days, they had the old melodramas to keep them happy, didn't they? You know, cheer the hero, boo the villain. Well, nowadays, it's the telly. I mean, we all sit back there in our living rooms, watch it all going on. Tories against the Socialists, Catholics against the Protestants, Arsenal against Spurs, Labour against management. Well, it don't matter what the colours are, you know, just so long as it's a good scrap. That don't mean the two sides can't get together round the back now and then to sort out the rules a bit. I thought you handled the meeting very well, Mr. Jory.
Thank you.
Are you pleased with the result?
Well, having a few new faces on the strike committee certainly helped.
Exactly. Well, with £20,000 worth of production being lost every week, it was time for drastic measures.
Unfortunately, that argument cut no ice before.
Oh, well, maybe it wasn't properly put. I mean, in a language they could understand.
Well, thank you very much, anyway.
Well, you see, it's what I was saying before, you know, about communications. It's something I made a special study of.
It's a talent that's badly needed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I found that out as soon as I took this job on. Mind you, it's not all that difficult once you get the knack.
You must tell me what it is.
Oh, it's dead simple. It's just a question of finding out the one language that everybody understands.
We all know what that is.
Oh, yeah, we know, but we don't act on the knowledge.
How do you mean?
Well, it's what sorts out the winners from the losers, isn't it? The men from the boys, so to speak. Now, I'd say you could be a winner, Mr. Jory. Mind you, we'd have to have a few more talks before I could be absolutely sure.
You went straight there this morning.
Damn.
Why?
For the simple reason I wanted to see him before he went to that meeting.
Should have tried him last night.
I did. He was not at home last night.
You'll have to wait till he gets back.
When?
After the meeting.
I see. Well, I'm very grateful to you for coming to see me, Mr. Maine. I think I now have a very clear picture of what happened.
Well, you should do. I spent enough time drawing it.
Yes, well, naturally, I'm perfectly willing to apologise for the mistake and to give you my personal assurance it won't happen again.
I hope you can do better than that, Mr. Whittaker.
I really don't see why.
Well, this mistake, as you call it, has caused a very unpleasant situation between two firms of solicitors, and my own professional integrity has been questioned. I don't like that.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Fisher will understand. He strikes me as a very reasonable man.
I'd still like you to make it perfectly clear to him, in writing preferably, that the papers in this case were sent to him in error, that he was never asked to handle it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Maine. I'm just not with you.
Your office telephoned us on the day after the accident to say they were sending over a Mrs. Adamson to us, that we were to act as her solicitors.
Yeah, that's the mistake I'm talking about. You see, that telephone call should never have been made.
But why was it?
Well, it's one of my assistants showing too much initiative. You see, he should have spoken to me first.
Are you saying you would have stopped him?
Well, as far as I know, this union doesn't have any contract with David Maine and Co. Now, look. Don't misunderstand me, Mr. Maine.
I don't think I do. New broom sweeps clean.
No, not a bit of it. Look, I admit I'm new to the area. I haven't had all the time I'd like to familiarise myself with everything that's been going on. So, in a way, perhaps it's a good thing this has come up. Now, since you telephoned, I've had a chance to look into things a bit closer. Now, I see that you've done a great deal of work for us in the past. Must come out to, well over £15,000 worth of business a year we put your way. I mean, that's why you're here. That would be a sizable chunk of business to lose.
I'm not going to. And besides, that decision was made by your head office.
Well, it is and it isn't. Naturally, they say they make the decisions, but, well, you know how it is, Mr. Maine. They always listen to the advice of the man on the spot. No, we could go elsewhere, if I say so.
You couldn't. Not on our record. All right, your union's a big client. It gets value for money. I'm not begging for anything.
Well, you see, I don't know your record, Mr. Maine. But I'm open to persuasion.
How?
What are most sensible men persuaded by these days?
If you mean money, say so.
No, you said that, not me. But, what is 5% of £15,000?
To you, zero. Nothing.
Hasty sort of a bloke, aren't you?
No, not ever. And when I want to buy insects, I go to a pet shop.
Well, you think about it. And don't take me on, because you'll lose.
I might like the chance. Piece of advice, Whittaker. I'm a lawyer, not a shop steward or a personnel manager. They're the people you're used to beating, which makes you overconfident, when basically you're just small-time and greedy with it.
And you just lost this union's business.
Temporarily.
No, I'm not the sort of bloke who likes strikes. But when I take a stand, like we all have these last few weeks, well, I don't like to be sold down the river, and that's what we were. Yeah. We all know who by. We had a good case, the union should have backed us. Well, why didn't they? That's what I want to know.
Well, you tell us why, Joe.
All right, I will. Because certain trade union officials, and I won't mention their names, but certain officials are more interested in their own jobs, driving round in fancy cars, feeling like big shots, spending our money than they are in looking after us. I've had a bellyful, I can tell you. There's things going on in this factory and keep the Sunday newspapers happy for a year. Yeah, all right. But you know what I'm talking about. Rigged meetings. Blokes offered little favours if they vote the right way. All sorts of rumours started up just to confuse the issue. And it's not coming from the bosses. It's coming from our own brothers. Well, I intend to get it exposed, and if you've got any sense, you'll help me. Now, if the union can't put its own house in order, well, then it's up to us ordinary workmen to do it for them before it's too late, because, mark me, once a system like this gets hold, it's too late to start fighting it then. We won't have a factory anymore, we'll have a bloody labour camp, and we all know who'll be the commissars. And when that happens, it'll be no good wishing you'd listen to Joe Brown's warnings.
Why can't you just report into head office?
Because they won't believe me.
Why would you make up a story like that?
For the best reason in the world. I want their work, so I accuse the man who's taken it away from me of corruption. Whittaker's worked it all out.
Very neat.
He must know it's not illegal to ask a solicitor for commission. Only I get struck off if I pay it.
I wish you'd listened to me these last weeks. I could have warned you about him. Instead, what did you keep saying? Trade union politics are none of our business.
Well, they weren't. We were paid to handle accident claims for their members. Not now. Now it's different. Me versus Whittaker. And not just for the business. I don't like being pressured.
You're not the only one. There's a lot of people who'd like to see him kicked out.
I need facts, Sidney, not canteen chatter.
How do you get facts on a protection racket? Because that's what he's running, under the cover of union organising. He's using his position to build up his own little empire and take his rake off wherever he can.
Yeah, I believe it, but that doesn't help me.
All right, how about this?
Who's Joe Brown?
And he works at Ripplewade's factory on the Great West Road. He is also a member of the Light Engineering and Allied Technicians Union. He came to see me yesterday. That's what I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, before this morning, I said he sounded like a straight case of persecution mania.
That's what I thought. Kept saying that somebody might try to get him out of the works. He wouldn't say who or why. Just wanted to cover himself in case it happened.
Well, by making a statutory declaration.
I told him it wasn't worth the paper it was written on, but he wouldn't be put off.
In case I'm stopped at the gate and some stolen gear is found planted in my lunchbox.
His words, not mine. That's a standard way of framing a troublemaker.
And that's all you've got.
Or maybe if you went to spoke to this Brown character, you might get him to tell you more.
I need evidence, hard chapter and verse. There's nothing to link that even remotely with Whittaker.
Don't you think at least you should see him?
There's a word to what you're suggesting, Whittaker.
I know. Blackmail. But then that comes back to what we were saying the other day. Communications. Language.
That's the same in any language.
Well, I don't know. Words are funny. I mean, they change. Like skirt length. I mean, you think of the banks and the building societies. Now, they lend money at interest, right? Now, there used to be a very dirty word for that. Usury. Of course, that's before it got respectable. So nowadays we use respectable words like credit, hire purchase. Sounds altogether better, doesn't it?
So what word do you have in mind for this?
Oh, take your pick. Oil in the wheels of industry, mutual insurance. Look, why argue about phrases? It's something you want, something I'm offering.
Oh, what are your guarantees?
I've already demonstrated them. You had a very expensive strike on your hands.
I could have another one.
Yeah.
I hear Brown's been trying to stir things up again.
It all takes a lot of very careful handling. Of course, I mean, if you want to put it to the test...
Oh, I believe you. I detest every word you're saying, but I don't doubt your power.
Right, then, it comes down to this then, Jory. We've all got our scruples, but we can't all afford to keep them. Now then, you've got a factory that's facing closure. Look, I read the pink pages. That's why you was taken over last year. You were given 12 months to get out of the red, right? And this time there aren't going to be any golden handshakes. Well, the way things are going, you're just not going to make it. You just can't afford any more trouble.
That depends what the price of peace is.
Just a tiny fraction of your losses with a strike on. Look, I won't even say 10%. Let's set for 5. 5% of 20 grand.
£1,000.
Yeah, and don't worry about the books. I'm sure a firm like this makes all sorts of donations to local worthy causes. Well, what's it to be?
Yes? I see. Where? How did it happen? Of course, right away. I shall want a full report. Thank you.
Anything wrong?
There's been an accident in the machine shop. The chap's lost his hand.
Anyone I know?
Joe Brown.
Poor fella.
What's going on in this office, Margaret?
I'm sorry, Father.
I've been having lunch with the Taylor Brownlow people.
Oh, that?
Yes.
Well, I meant to have a word with you about that.
Well, isn't it a bit late for that? You've only managed to make me look a complete fool in front of my most important client.
Well, I really don't see that...
I've been doing the conveyancing and commercial work for the Taylor Brownlows for the past 25 years. I've built up a solid and valuable connection because I've been able to offer them consistent, careful, and speedy service. Now, I just happened to find out that without even discussing it with me, let alone asking my consent, you've offered to do the same with their litigation work.
I met Bill Taylor the other day.
So it is true, then?
Well, he asked what side of the practice I was handling now, so I told him the truth, that it was mostly the court work.
And you asked if you could do it for them?
It was his suggestion, Father. Naturally, I leapt at it.
I see. Have you any idea what's involved?
Of course I have.
That the bulk of the profit of this office comes from conveyancing work for them? That we have a whole department exclusively devoted to them?
But I won't be interfering with
Well,
that.
all that I know is that it took years to set it up and get it right. Now it's running smoothly. And they appreciate it.
Yes, but Father...
And I will not have it ruined just to satisfy your ambitions.
Well, Father, what happens when they leave us?
Why should they?
For the simple reason that big firms these days don't like solicitors dictating to them what work they will or won't do for them. I mean, you can't do a conveyancing on £1 million factory and then say you won't act in getting rid of the tenants. Why do you think Bill Taylor made that suggestion?
It's easy to have bright ideas. But he'll talk differently when his conveyancing starts getting behind. And that's what'll happen.
Oh, now,
Look, I know you, Margaret. You'll take on too much work with too little staff. Then you'll start borrowing people from other departments.
You're exaggerating, Father.
They're an expanding organization. They've taken over 5 firms in the past year, including one in London.
But we can cope with it.
I refuse to take the risk. I absolutely forbid it.
Well, don't you think you ought to ask David's opinion first?
And I won't have you trying to set him against me. You're not a partner yet, Margaret.
I'm having lunch with the directors of Taylor Brownlow on Tuesday.
In that case, you can tell them.
I shall. I shall make it quite plain that only one person in this office decides whether we accept the work they offer or not. You, Father.
Joe Brown, the man who made that statement?
That's right.
When was it?
A week ago.
Well, why didn't you tell me before?
Well, I wouldn't have known myself if I hadn't been down to Ripplewade yesterday. Remember I wrote to him asking him to come and see you? He didn't answer, so I got curious and went down there. One of the workmen told me about it.
How did it happen?
He was working a machine with automatic and manual settings. He'd opened it up to adjust one of the cutting knives. It suddenly started operating. Could have been a faulty switch. Or he could have been careless.
Why should he?
I believe he'd had a lot on his mind. Been a member of their strike committee. Incidentally, a strike that our friend Whittaker managed to get called off.
Go on.
And in view of that statement,
When he made it, did he give any hint he was afraid of something as bad as this?
he didn't seem afraid of anything. He just said somebody might try to get him, and he wanted to have his case good and ready for if it happened.
Find out the name of the hospital. I'm about to chase my first ambulance.
Mind you, that was before he lost his hand.
You told the doctor that? Why, Joe?
Because that's what it was.
An accident? Oh, you know that's not true.
What's true doesn't matter anymore. Not after this.
What you worried about? Me? The children?
If they can do this to me, there's no telling what they might do.
Well, then we must stop them. Let me tell the police.
No.
Well, they'll give us protection. And anyway, once you tell them all you know about Whittaker, they'll be all right.
I don't know anything about Whittaker, and neither do you.
Don't you see, Stella? I'm beaten. Finished. I can't fight them anymore. I can't even make a living. That's how good I am.
Oh, you mustn't talk like that, Joe. Oh, I'll see you take some nurse. Oh, okay. You know, they can do wonders these days.
Yeah, I know, and transplants.
And for the time being, I can go back to work. We'll manage. All I want now is to see those swine paid out.
Well, they won't be. Neither will we be if you go on talking like that. I've been lying here all week working it out. Don't you see, Stella? If I say it's the factory's fault, we get compensation. A few thousand, maybe. If I say it wasn't, we don't get a penny.
What do you mean, we just let them get away with it? Criminals like that?
It's other people's problems. Don't you think I've done enough? Nobody's going to look after us now except ourselves.
Well, if you make a claim for compensation, don't you have to get union backing?
That won't be no problem.
Whittaker? He's going to help you?
Whittaker will help himself. He's not that much of a fool.
Look, listen. All I'm trying to say is this. Look, we all know Joe was a careful worker, right? Now, besides, he'd been on those machines ever since I've been here, right? Now, why should he make a slip like that? It just don't make sense, do it?
Yeah, that's right, that's me.
Why?
Why? Well, it's just a bit of nonsense.
It doesn't read like nonsense.
Well, I thought some of the lads might be having a bit of fun.
Planting stolen gear?
Well, they're always up to something, you know how it is. Job gets you down. Anything for a giggle.
And you let out 5 guineas on this just to pile on the laughs.
Yeah.
Did you know something like this was going to happen?
How could I? It was an accident.
What do you mean you made a mistake with the switch?
I mean what I say. It was an accident. I'm entitled to compensation.
Well, I hope you get it. I hope the union or Brother Whittaker can find you a good solicitor.
But you're the union solicitor.
Used to be.
Well, I don't want anybody Whittaker picks. I want you to handle my case.
Well, I have to be asked. Otherwise, it's touting.
I'm asking. I need that compensation money. Will you?
Yes.
Right. What do we do first?
Well, you notify the union in the usual way, but tell them you want my firm to act for you, and we'll do the rest.
How much do you think I'll get?
Well, first we have to establish that Ripplewades are liable, that it wasn't your fault in any way.
Well, how could it be? Those machines are dangerous. They ought to have a proper safety guard.
Don't they?
I had it set right. But you see, there ought to be a device that cuts out the automatic as soon as it's opened.
Have there been any similar accidents with them before this one?
How should I know?
I see. Well, you do as I say, Mr. Brown, and then we'll do our...
Well. I thought we might bump into each other again, Mr. Main, but not in such sad circumstances. How are you, Joe?
It's not visiting time.
Isn't it?
I asked Mr. Main to come. I want him to handle my case.
Oh, well, now there's a proper procedure for that, Joe, and he doesn't work for the union anymore.
I want him.
You'd be better off with the union, Joe. Mr. Main's fee could take quite a sizable chunk out of that compensation money of yours.
You're a little late, Mr. Whittaker. I've already agreed to act for no fee if necessary, and my own reasons. Goodbye, Mr. Brown. We'll be in touch.
Thank you, Mr. Main.
Wow. I wonder if he takes such a personal interest in all his cases.
What do you want, Whittaker?
Well, I'd be a pretty poor sort of union official if I didn't come and see a member of mine when something like this happens, wouldn't I? And to tell you that if there's anything you think we can do for you, no matter what, you mustn't hesitate to ask. After all, that's what we're here for.
That's not why you came. I could make it hot for you, couldn't I? If I started playing heroes. Well, don't worry, because I won't. All I want out of this is my compensation, and Main will see I bloody get it.
If you really want that compensation money, you'll be very careful what you say to Mr. Main, won't you? We don't want to confuse any issues. It shouldn't be too hard to prove that you were negligent, if I have to.
It's a compromise, Father. They've offered us 3 jobs as a starter, industrial injury. If we cope satisfactorily, then we can have more.
At our own speed?
Naturally, the directors accept it, and so do I. So really, it's up to you now, Father.
Have you spoken to David?
Only about the general need for this office to do litigation.
And he's in favour?
Yes.
I thought I told you never to come here during working hours.
And when can I see you? You're never available any other time.
Nothing to see me about. Everything's under control.
Is it?
Yeah. Just going for compensation.
Will he get it?
I don't know. It's up to his lawyer, isn't it? It's not our problem.
No. Look, I'm thinking of leaving Ripplewades.
Oh? Why?
Well, after what's happened, I just want to get away. Yeah, there's plenty of work for good fitters up at Birmingham.
Well, that's all right by me, Charlie. I wish you luck when you're making a move.
It's just it. I can't, can I? Not till you've paid me out.
A bit early for that, isn't it?
But you said...
In a few months.
What do you mean, a few months? You told me I'd get paid as soon as it was sorted out.
Well, it isn't.
What do you mean?
Look, I can't give you something I haven't got, can I?
You mean Jory
It's
hasn't?
all the one thing. No, he's playing hard to get. You leave it a few weeks.
I can't. Look, I just want to get away.
Look, what's really worrying you, Charlie?
It's the men. They keep nagging away at it. I mean, sooner or later, somebody's bound to start asking questions.
But if Joe Brown himself says it was an accident...
But they don't know that.
Well, then perhaps somebody ought to tell them. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That'd solve a lot of problems, wouldn't it?
Huh? How?
Look, Joe's case is that those trimmers aren't safe, right? And why not? Because Ripplewades haven't made them safe. Right, if it can happen to Joe, it can happen to any one of them.
No, Jory won't like that, will he?
No, that's his
I
problem.
mean, refitting all them machines, not to mention lost production while it's being done.
Yeah, give the men something to think about. That'll keep you happy too, won't it? And when Jory finally decides to fall into line...
Back me up on this.
What a question.
Technical data with full safety specifications. Barring the human element, that machine was as safe as a baby's rattle.
Brown's the client, he's the human element, with one hand. So what about it?
Settings on the control switch couldn't be plainer. Then there's a dirty great warning notice telling you not to adjust knives while the machine's on automatic. Now, that wasn't an accident, David. And it wasn't carelessness either.
So, we've no case against Ripplewades, and Joe Brown isn't entitled to one decimalized halfpenny.
So what have we got?
What I wanted. A case against Alan Whittaker.
Only speculation so far.
More than that, a clear, provable motive.
No evidence.
Not yet.
How do you think he'll get it?
First, by another talk with Joe Brown. After all, he knows what happened to him.
Why should he help you fight your battles?
I don't think he's got any choice now. We're both up against the same enemy.
No, I haven't heard about it yet, Mr. Jory.
Well, I'm telling you. The men walked out this afternoon. They say they refuse to come back until we fitted safety devices to all those machines.
Oh, well, that's something we'll have to go into.
There's nothing to go into. I've got 3 factory inspectors' reports on those machines saying they're all totally risk-free.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
That's not opinion, that's fact. Anyway, what I want to know is, what are you going to do about it?
Is this an official communication, or are you asking my private opinion?
Oh, come on, Whittaker, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I see. I thought for a moment we was having another of our communications breakdowns. I take it we're now both talking the same language.
Yes?
Right. Well, I'll be round first thing in the morning to put the union viewpoint. You can forget all about it.
Right.
Oh, Mr. Jory, any ideas who's behind it?
Well, I did hear that Charlie Webster's been doing a bit of spouting in the canteen.
Give him his cards.
Sack him? Well, how can I do that? That'll only make things worse.
You want the men back at work, don't you?
Look at this, Father. My first case for Taylor Browner. It's for a subsidiary called Ripplewades. They took them over last year. Who do you think's representing the other side?
David.
Exactly. And where does that leave me?
What's this?
I'm going to London, Father. I'll be back tonight.
Did you speak to David?
Yes. He calmly told me that there was a conflict of interest and I must turn my job down.
Oh, why can't he turn his client away?
Private reasons, he says. Ethics plus money for once.
In that case, my girl, you're wasting your time.
We'll see.
Not got the case.
Not according to what I've learned so far, Mrs. Brown.
Well, what more do you want to know? Isn't this enough?
It's a legal matter, not an emotional one. Unless there's something you can tell me you haven't told me already.
No. There's nothing else.
Well, if it wasn't the fault of the machines, why are the men at Ripplewades out on strike?
They aren't.
But I heard there'd been a meeting.
That
and
was
then-
yesterday. This morning, the union intervened. They made an official report on the operation of those machines, managed to persuade the men there was no case for refitting them, so everybody went back to work.
Whittaker?
Who else? Now, look, Mr. Brown, I want to help you, but I can't unless you tell me the truth.
I've told you the truth. It was an accident, and if you can't get me compensation... well, I'll find another lawyer who can.
Now, you can go to as many lawyers as you want. They'll all tell you the same thing. You won't get a penny from Ripplewades for the simple reason that they aren't liable.
Then who is?
Was it your own carelessness?
No.
Well, that leaves one other thing. You know it, and I know it. Somebody maimed you deliberately. And we know who set it up, and can sit there laughing when you're penniless.
Tell him, Joe.
Shut up.
For God's sake, tell him.
Let me handle this.
If you don't tell him, I will.
All right. What happens to the compensation then?
Look, at the moment you haven't got a case against anyone, but you were maimed. Now, who did it and why?
There's only one reason all this happened to me. I stood up to Whittaker and his racket.
That's why. Now, who?
You mean, can I prove it? No. But I got a pretty good idea. He was the only one near at the time.
Who?
Webster. Charlie Webster.
It's all very difficult, Charlie.
And what's difficult about it? It's bloody victimisation, that's what it is.
Look, did I tell you to go and get yourself involved organising a strike?
You told me to take that line, yeah?
Well, I was thinking partly of you. I mean, when you came round here the other day, you were snivelling with fright.
It wasn't that. You wanted me to help you put the squeeze on Jory.
Well, that's my problem, not yours.
Well, did it work?
We're not talking about that now.
Well, look, I'm entitled to know.
Look, really, I don't see that it's any concern of yours, Charlie. I mean, especially now you're not going to be working at Ripplewades anymore.
Oh, yes, I am. You're going to help me get my job back.
By bringing the men back out on strike, that's going to be very popular, that is.
Well, you can fix most things. Surely you can fix that too.
Look, I've got the men's interest to think about. That's what I'm paid for. You know, sit down, Charlie. Look, you see, I mean, I really don't see what you're so worried about. You see, I mean, I thought you wanted to get out of there.
Not on those terms, I don't. Look, we had an arrangement, and I'm not going to go till you've done your side.
Part of that arrangement was that you were available to do union business in that factory.
Well, I've done my bit.
Yes, but if you're not going to be there to see it through...
What do you mean?
Nobody puts money into a piece of capital equipment unless it's going to stay put and give years of good service.
Well, it wasn't my fault that Jory sacked me, was it?
What, you're saying it was mine?
How do I know that it wasn't?
Ah, look. Oh, you know, we can't do business on these terms. I mean, if we can't have a modicum of trust between us, how do I know what I'd be letting myself in for?
Look, are you going to pay me or aren't you?
I wouldn't advise you to try threatening me either. I'm a powerful man, Charlie. You'd lose.
You're forgetting something. I know enough about you to get you crucified.
You don't know anything.
I know about Joe Brown.
If you go blowing your mouth off about that, you're the one that's going to get nailed up there, not me. Maliciously wounding a fellow worker, they'd throw the lot at you. And you never struck me as having the makings of no bloody tall puddle martyr. Now, you get on up to Birmingham. That's the best answer all round.
Come in, Mr. May.
Good to see you, Mr. Jory. Strictly, I shouldn't be here, but there's much more at stake than one accident claim.
I thought you wanted to see me about this man Brown.
Oh, he's only part of it.
Cigarette?
No, thank you.
So, how can I help?
What can you tell me about him?
Really, Mr. May, we employ nearly 2,000 people here.
But not all of them are on strike committees.
I don't see what that's got to do with it.
I think he could be relevant.
Well, it's no secret. We had a strike a month ago. Brown was one of the ringleaders.
And that strike was unofficial.
Not unusual these days.
Nor is the routine. Deadlock at first, impossible demands, and then somebody backs down, if he's persuaded. Who persuaded Brown?
Well, he was voted off the strike committee, along with one or two other hotheads.
And you know how?
Well, that's one you have to ask the men.
You know, anyway. Massive pressure was put on by the local union.
The union were very helpful. They dislike wildcat strikes just as much as we do.
The union around here is the area organizer, Whittaker, nobody else. Right or wrong?
I'm sorry, Mr. Maine. I'm trying to be patient, but I can't see what you're driving at.
I've met Whittaker. We handled a lot of work for them. He made it fairly clear that unless I was prepared to see that a certain percentage of my fees went into his pocket, he'd see to it they found another lawyer. 5% was the figure.
What did you say?
You know, Mr. Jory, used to be a practice in America, still is in some places, I think, for union bosses to take a payoff from management in return for keeping the workers quiet.
This isn't America.
No, but news travels, and it does happen here. That case in Scotland 2 years ago.
Are you asking me to believe that that's what caused Brown's accident?
It's part of the package. Clause 1 in the payola setup. The union boss guarantees to take care of his own hotheads.
Is that Brown's theory or yours?
Well, there's nothing theoretical about Whittaker asking me for a percentage, and if he could try it on with me, he could try it on with other people. You, for instance.
Thank you for warning me.
I'm doing more than that. I want to know if he did. I want your cooperation in trying to build up a case.
I can't help you.
I think you can. I'd rather you did it voluntarily. When I go to your board of directors, I mean the main one, not the subsidiary, I'd rather take you along as a volunteer.
I'm sorry about what happened to Brown, but I'm afraid there's nothing I can do to help.
David, not back yet?
What's happened, Sydney? I've got a distinct feeling there's a vendetta going on.
Not a very successful one at the moment. It's the wrong year for vendettas. That's why we're calling them self-protection.
For a firm of lawyers, any year's the wrong year.
Now, you just tell David that I've got a private investigator working on a character called Charlie Webster as arranged. If he wants me, I'm doing a bit of investigating on my own. I might even start a Friends of Charlie Webster society. Hello, Margaret. Nice to see you.
Thank you. I want to see David. Is he in the office?
I should say you're in for a long wait, but ask Sarah. She'll know.
Oh.
You're General Secretary of the Union. You should know what my client alleges is going on.
I'm very grateful.
Then I'd like to know what you intend to do.
That's for us to decide.
Not when the law's been broken. This isn't just a question of union affairs, Mr. Griffiths.
But that's how I intend to keep it.
I'm sure you do if you can. But a man's been maimed. I'm acting for him.
Are you planning to start criminal proceedings?
When I get the evidence. I was hoping you'd help me.
When or if?
When?
Mr. Maine, every large organization has its rotten apples. The union is no exception.
Look, this isn't just a question of a spoiled ballot paper or an organizer fiddling the petty cash. A man has lost his hand. One of your members. And all you can do is sit there and mumble about rotten apples.
I'll use my own words, and I'll quote you 50 cases of devotion, dedication, and self-sacrifice which you would find hard to equal in any other walk of life, including yours.
Then don't let men like Whittaker make corrupt rubbish of it all.
My job is to keep the reputation and strength of what they've built.
So sweep Whittaker under the carpet? You can't, it's too late. Well, help me, and we'll keep it as quiet as we can.
Why? Don't tell me that you have the interests of the union at heart, especially when you've just lost all its legal work.
I don't mind losing on even terms. That doesn't bother me. I lost your work because I wouldn't pay Whittaker.
Well, I'll have to take your word for that. I'll look into these other things you've said. If it's true, Whittaker's in more trouble than he's ever seen, but we will investigate. We will deal with it. We don't need you.
You represent a union, I represent the law. Which is more important? You choose.
I've told you, we will deal with it on our own.
That's going to look bright and shining on the court record. Just remember I made the offer. Because I'm going to bring criminal proceedings against Whittaker with or without your help. If I don't, Joe Brown gets nothing for the loss of a right hand.
David, at last.
I've got Charlie Webster here. He's in my office.
David, I've been waiting 3/4 of an hour, and I did have an appointment.
Let's have one problem at a time. My head's starting to shrink. Charlie Webster. Our Charlie?
Used to be a friend of Whittaker's.
Used to be. Very nice.
Look, David, we must sort out this Ripplewade business. It's important to the leads of it.
It's important to everybody. Come on in. We've all got a piece of the same problem. Now, did you bring Webster here, Sidney?
Oh, we were having a couple of drinks. I sort of suggested, and he just came in.
He's not a client.
He wants to be. He wants to sue Ripplewade for wrongful dismissal.
Oh, my God, not another one.
See what I mean? Same problem, like the square on the hypotenuse or something. Did the union send Webster?
No. No, I made sure about that. He's fallen out with Whittaker. He wants to go it alone.
Clever old Sidney Bulmer. Right, wheel him in. Sarah, I want every word of this.
David, you're doing this deliberately to make things more difficult for me.
I'm handling it step by step, in the right order, the best way I can.
I can see that there's no point in us discussing such minor matters as your partnership with my father, so I'll just take the train.
Now, don't. I've told you it's the same problem. And I want witnesses.
Right, Charlie. Mr. Webster, Mr. Maine, Miss Carstens.
How do you do, Mr. Webster?
Maine?
Please, sit down.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I wonder if you'd tell me what it is you want.
Well, I've been wrongfully dismissed. I want to prosecute, that's all.
And you want this firm to take the case for you?
Yes, well, you're the union lawyers, aren't you?
Not down. I'm afraid this is one we couldn't take on for you anyway.
Oh, why not?
It's called conflict of interest. I'm acting for another client whose interests may conflict with what you want, and I couldn't do justice to you both.
Who's the other client?
I can't act for you, but that doesn't mean I might not be able to help you.
I don't understand.
We should be able to help each other.
Why should you help me?
I represent Joe Brown. Do you know him?
Yes.
I'm acting for him on this accident. I need help in getting him his compensation.
Yes, well, that's nothing to do with me.
Wouldn't you like to see him get something
Oh,
for
yes,
his
I
injury?
mean,
That's all
anyone
we're
would.
asking.
Well, you see, Mr. Webster, I know how Joe Brown's accident happened. Down to the second when the knife went through the flesh and bone.
You say that you can't
help me. You can't act as my lawyers.
That's right.
Then I'm free to go. Walk out of here any time I like, just like that.
Sydney?
Yes. What I don't understand, Mr. Maine, is that, well, if you know so much, why do you need me? No, don't close it.
I can prove what I know, Charlie, with a couple of witnesses. That's apart from Joe Brown himself and all the circumstantial evidence.
Evidence? What evidence?
That machinery will be stripped down to the last nut and bolt. The switch will be bench tested to destruction. If it was a genuine accident, then the makers of the machine are liable and it'll cost them thousands.
Well, supposing that Joe was just careless.
No, what I'm saying is that if it was an accident, we can prove it. Now, you say Joe was careless.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. I didn't mean
Do you know how long he's been working with this equipment?
Yes, a long time.
Yeah, I can call witnesses to show how careful Joe Brown is and has been for 20 years.
And where will that get you?
To Mr. Alan Whittaker.
Why him?
Because there isn't anywhere else, is there?
What do you think he knows about it?
It's not what he knows, it's what he's prepared to say.
What do you think he'll say?
Well, that depends, doesn't it?
What? You mean on what I say? Well, I'm afraid you're out of luck. I've told you that. I don't know nothing.
Oh, well, Sidney, can't say we didn't give him the chance.
Who entertain you, Charlie?
Oh, yeah, I didn't say anything.
No. We'll get on to Whittaker now, Sidney.
Oh, he won't say nothing neither.
I hope you're right, for your sake.
Well, it's got nothing to do with me, has it?
I can prove it was no accident. I can prove the machine was safe. I can prove Joe Brown never gets careless. That means it was deliberate. And I can prove a motive for somebody wanting to hurt him. Now put yourself in Whittaker's shoes. Union boss? If he thinks he's in trouble personally, he'll find witnesses to say exactly how Joe Brown lost his hand. A dozen of them. You probably know them all.
So what if he does?
Oh, come on, Charlie. Work it out for yourself. You know Whittaker. What do you think he'll do? If he has to choose between his skin or yours. Because it's going to be somebody's skin. I can promise you that.
Now, look, I've done some running for Whittaker in the past, but I've got nothing to do with this. And anybody who says different's a bloody liar. I know what you want, Mr. Maine. You want me to say that I pulled a switch. And if Whittaker says that, well, I mean, why should he? He'd only be cutting his own throat, wouldn't he? Ah, you think you're bloody clever, don't you, Mr. Maine? But I can see what you're up to. Hey, what's she doing? She's writing it all down. Look, I've got more sense than that. It wasn't my idea to pull that switch. If I hadn't have pulled it, somebody else would. Joe was going to get us all into trouble. I warned him. I did warn Joe, but he wouldn't listen. Oh, no. Not honest Joe Brown. He'd no reason to, had he? He didn't have a bloody great mortgage round his neck. Oh, no, he didn't... What am I going to do now?
Get on to Union HQ. I want to speak to Mr. Griffiths now. Sit. Margaret?
Come on, Charlie. You'll feel better when you get it off your chest. You tell me all about it, and I'll write it down.
This isn't a police station.
No, we're lawyers. When that statement's legal and binding, then we'll call the police.
You said you'd help Webster.
I have. He committed a crime. He'll be tried for that. But his statement nails Whittaker. Any judge will chop his sentence in half for that.
You still had no right, David, to use your greater knowledge and your superior intellect to beat that poor man into the ground.
He amputated a man's hand for money. And you think greed's a better motive than justice? Anyway, it's solved your problem and mine.
Has it? How?
Well, with his statement, there's no case against Ripplewades. Brown's injury was the result of a crime, so the state will compensate him, and you can go back to your new clients and tell him your first battle is won. And I'm back with Blue Eyes and a union still on the books. Miles Griffiths.